Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly. So in this video, we are going to learn how to automate consultation bookings for law firms via WhatsApp. So I run a law firm agency and want to automate legal consultation and inquiries via WhatsApp. And I am going to do this by creating a WhatsApp chatbot using Pabbly Chatflow. So in this video, firstly, we are going to create a WhatsApp chatbot using Pabbly Chatflow. Now, if a user will send a message, an automatic reply will be sent to them. So if you also want to build this automation, then let me take you towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video, we are going to learn how to automate consultation bookings for law firm via WhatsApp. And we are going to do this by just using Pabbly Chatflow. So right before you on my screen, you can see this is the flow I have created for creating a chatbot. And this chatbot is going to reduce your manual workload by providing you automation. So let's start creating this chatbot. But before that, I am going to show you the real working of this automation. So for that, let's dive into my WhatsApp with me. So here you can see I have already opened my WhatsApp, and now I am going to send a message to the number which I have already connected to my Pabbly Chatflow account. And here this number is saved as my test number. So now let's enter this message, that is book lawyer, and check whether our chatbot responds to this or not. So here I have entered this message. Now let's wait for the response, and here I am getting the response which says, "Hello, welcome to XYZ Law Firm. We assist with legal consultations and case-related guidance. Please select the legal service you need." So now let's select the legal service from here. Now let's say I am going to select the second option, that is criminal defense. And after that, I am getting a message which is asking me to enter my full name. So now let's enter our full name here. And now let's say I am going to enter my name as demo user. And after entering my full name, I am getting a message which is asking me to enter the case description. So now let's provide a case description over here. Let's say I am entering this case description over here. Now let's wait for the response, and here my chatbot is responding to me with a message which says, "Great, please share your preferred date." So we have to enter our preferred date over here. Now let's say I'm entering this date, that is 12th of July 2025, and here I am getting a message from my chatbot which says, "Thank you demo user, your consultation has been scheduled with the legal experts." And here you can see I am getting a personalized message with the name which I have recently provided to my chatbot. So this is the way our chatbot works. But not only this, I am going to save the responses of my customer or the client over the Google Sheet. So for that, let's move on to my Google Sheet and check whether we are receiving the responses over there or our responses are saved over there or not. So for that, let's move on to my Google Sheet. So here you can see this is the Google Sheet I have created, and here you can see I am getting the client's name, that is demo user, and the case description which I have recently provided to my chatbot. So this is the way Pabbly works, and we have done this by just using Pabbly Connect. So you can also use Pabbly and create amazing chatbot like this. Now for accessing the Pabbly Chatflow, you just have to type its URL over the new tab, that is pabbly.com/chatflow, and once you will enter the URL, you will get the landing page of Pabbly. And here you can see we are getting two options, that is sign in and sign up free. So if you are a new user, you can simply click over this sign up free, but if you are an existing user, you can simply click over this sign in. But before moving on forward, I am going to tell you about Pabbly community. So here you can see this is the page of Pabbly community where automation users, business owner and marketers gathers to share their ideas, ask questions, and get the latest features update regarding using the Pabbly application. So you can also join Pabbly community now and share your workflows and grow your business with us. So if you wish to join the Pabbly community, you can find link in the description given below. Now let's move on to our Pabbly Chatflow again. And here I am going to simply click over this sign in, as I have already an account on Pabbly. And as you finish your sign up, you will get this all Pabbly apps page, and here you can see these are the products provided by Pabbly. And as I have told you that we are going to create a chatbot, and for that we have to use Pabbly Chatflow. So for using the Pabbly Chatflow, you can see this is the Pabbly Chatflow app we are getting. Now for using it, we just have to access it. Now for accessing the Pabbly Chatflow, you can simply click over this access Access Now button. And as you will click on Access Now, you will get the dashboard page of Pabbly Chatflow. So here you can see this is the dashboard page of Pabbly Chatflow. So in this dashboard page, you can see I have connected two WhatsApp numbers. So you can also add your WhatsApp number by just clicking on this Add WhatsApp Number button. And on this Add WhatsApp Number button, you can see we are getting two options, that is WhatsApp Connect and Manual Token Connect. So if you want to integrate your WhatsApp number, you can simply click over this WhatsApp Connect. But if you want to connect with token number, you can simply click over this Manual Token Connect. And now moving on to the sidebar, you can see these are the features provided by Pabbly Chatflow. That is Inbox, Contacts, Team Queues, Templates, Broadcast, Flows, AI Assistant, Activity Log, Settings and Get Help. So if you want to learn more about these features, you can find link in the description given below. And if you wish to create your own folders, you can simply click over this Create a New Folder button and create your own folder. But now, as we are going to create a chatbot, we simply have to click over this Flows. As for creating a chatbot, we firstly have to create a flow. So let's click over this Flows and we will be landed to the Flow Builder page. And here you can see these are the flows I have created. So you can also create a flow for creating your chatbot by just clicking on this Add Flow button. And once you will click on this Add Flow button, you will be landed to the flow page. So on this flow page, you can see we are getting the option for entering the flow name. So now let's provide a name to our flow here. So here I'm providing it the name Automate Consultation Booking for Law Firm via WhatsApp. Now moving on further, you can see we are getting the trigger. So you might be wondering what is this trigger? So trigger event is the work which is going to initiate your chatbot. And on this trigger events, you can see we are getting many of the trigger events such as keyword rejects match, user start conversations, template selected, WhatsApp template delivered, contact added to contact list, custom field update and tag assigned. And here I am going to use this trigger event, that is keyword rejects match. So you might be wondering what is this keyword and rejects? So keyword is basically the word which is going to initiate your chatbot. Now let's say my user enters a text that is book lawyer and I want to initiate my chatbot as soon as my user enters this text that is book lawyer. So for that you just have to make this text that is book lawyer as a keyword. So for that you just have to type it and press the enter. And as you will press the enter, your one keyword is ready, that is book lawyer. So you can add many more keywords like this, such as hi, hello and many more. Now moving on further, we are getting the option for entering the reject. So rejects is basically the short form for the regular expressions. These are used for the specific user input. And if you wish to trigger any message, you can enter rejects like this. Now let's move on further and provide a welcome message to our customer. For that you simply have to drag and drop, and here you can see we are getting many options such as text plus button, media, list, single product message, multi-product message, single AI message and templates. Now here I am going to select this text button message so that I can enter a message for sending to my customer. Now here you can enter the message you want to send to your customer. So now let's enter a welcome message for our customer here. So here you can see in this text plus button message, I have entered a welcome message for my customer. And I have entered this sentence that is, hello, welcome to XYZ law firm, between these asterisk signs to make it bold. And now I am going to add some buttons in this message regarding the legal service my client need. So for that you simply have to click over this add button, and here you have to enter the text of your first button. So now let's create a first button here. So here the first button I have created is family law. Now I am going to add some more buttons likewise. So just click over this add button and enter the text of your another buttons. So here I have created two more buttons, that is criminal defense and real estate law. Now as my users select any of these buttons, I am going to ask some questions from my customer. For that you simply have to go to actions, and here you can see we are getting the option for ask question. So just select it and you will be getting this question action. Now in this question action you can enter the question you want to ask from your customer. So now let's firstly connect these three buttons with this question node. Now I am going to enter a question asking for the full name of my client over this question action. So now let's enter our question here. So here you can see I have entered this question asking for the full name of my client. Now moving on further, we are getting the option for selecting the contact custom field. So here you can see these are the contact custom fields I have created. You can also create your own contact custom fields. For that you simply have to go to settings, and here you can see we are getting the option for contact custom fields. So contact custom fields are used for adding extra information regarding the customers or the clients. So here for full name I am going to select the contact custom field as full name given over here. So now let's select it. So here I have selected the contact custom fields. Now I am going to select the format as any. You can also choose another formats based on your need. So here I have selected the format as any. Now once my client answer this question, I am going to ask them another question. So again you have to click over this ask question action, and again you have to get this question action. Now I am going to ask another question from my customers regarding their case details. So here I have entered this question that says, can you briefly describe your legal case? Now I am going to select the contact custom field as case description, and now I am going to select the format as any. So here we are done with our two questions. Now again I am going to ask another question from my customer regarding the preferred date on which they want the consultation. So again you have to go to actions and click over this ask question, and now again I am going to enter a question asking for the preferred date. So let's firstly connect this question note with this another question note. Now I am going to enter the question here. So here I have entered this question which says, great, please share your preferred date for the consultation. Now I am going to select the contact custom field as date here, and the format I am going to select is date. And once you will select the format as date, it will ask you to enter the number. So basically here it is asking you to enter the number of attempt you want to provide to your customer. And at last you can enter the validation message also. Now I am going to add a tag over this. So you might be wondering why I am adding the tag. So tag is like a label which we add to a contact so that we can identify them later or use them for the later purposes and take actions on them later. So for that you simply have to click over this add tag action, and once you will click on this add tag action, you will be getting this add tag. And now let's firstly connect this question node with this add tag action, and from here you can select the tag, but I am going to create a new tag. So for that you simply have to click over this create tag, and you will be getting this dialog box where you have to provide a name to your tag. So now let's provide a name to our tag here. Here I am providing the tag name as legal consultation lead, and now we simply have to click over this add tag and our tag will be added. Now as we have created the tag, we just have to select it from here from the select tag button, and here our tag has been added. Now this client will be identified as the legal consultation lead, and here we are done with this tag. Now I am going to add the details of my client over the Google Sheet. So for that we just have to use Pabbly Connect, and now for building the connection between Pabbly Chatflow and Pabbly Connect, we are going to use API request. And now this API request action will be connecting our Pabbly Connect and Pabbly Chatflow. Means as soon as the user will enter the details such as name and the case description, these details will be added to the Google Sheet. So let's firstly connect this add tag action with this API request, and now on this API request it is asking me to paste the webhook URL. And now you might be wondering how we can get this webhook URL. Now for getting the webhook URL we have to use Pabbly Connect. So you might be remember I have told you about all Pabbly apps page. So you simply have to go to there, and here you can see these are the products provided by Pabbly. So I have already told you that we are going to use Pabbly Connect for building the connection between Pabbly Chatflow and the Google Sheet, where we are going to save our responses. So Pabbly Connect is the application which can integrate different applications and start automating our work. So for accessing the Pabbly Connect, you simply have to click over this Access Now button, and we will be getting the dashboard page of Pabbly Connect. So here you can see this is the dashboard page of Pabbly Connect, and these are the folders I have created. And now I am going to create my own workflow where I am going to connect the Pabbly Chatflow with the Google Sheet. So for that we simply have to click over this create workflow button, and as you will click over this create workflow button, you will be getting the option for selecting the workflow builder. So from here you can select the workflow builder of your choice, and the first workflow builder we are getting is Beta, which is modern, faster and more flexible, and another workflow builder we are getting is Classic, which will provide you stable and familiar approach. So here I am going to use my Classic workflow builder. So for that you simply have to click over this select, And once you will click over the select, you will be getting this dialog box where you have to provide a name to your workflow and select the folder. So now let's provide a name to our workflow here. So here I am providing it the same name which I have provided to my flow, which is automate consultation bookings for law firm by WhatsApp. Now I am going to select my folder from here. So here I am going to select the folder as Pabbly Chatflow. Now we simply have to click over this create button and you will be getting this pop-up that is workflow created successfully, and we will be landed to a workflow page. And on this workflow page you can see it is asking me to select the trigger. So you might be wondering what is this trigger. So trigger is basically the application which is going to initiate your workflow. So I want to initiate my workflow as soon as a new message is received over the Pabbly Chatflow. Means as soon as the client will provide me detail, I want to initiate my workflow. So here I am going to search for the Pabbly Chatflow. And here you can see we are getting the option for Pabbly Chatflow. So let's select it, and after that it is asking me to select the trigger event. So I will be selecting the trigger event as new message received. So trigger event is basically the work which is going to initiate your workflow. So I want to initiate my workflow as soon as a new message is received. So I have selected my trigger event as new message received, and as we have selected our trigger event, we have got the webhook URL, and this is the webhook URL we have to paste over the API request over the Pabbly Chatflow. So now let's firstly copy this webhook URL and let's move on to our Pabbly Chatflow, and on this API request we are going to paste the webhook URL. And as I have clicked over this API request, it is asking me to select the method. So I will be selecting the method as post, as I want to add the details of my client over the Google Sheet. So here I have selected my method, and now I am going to paste the webhook URL which I have recently received from the Pabbly Connect. So here you can see I have pasted it, and now on the parameters section it is asking me to enter the key and select the contact custom field. So now I am going to enter my key as full name. So now I am going to type full name over here. So here I have entered my first key, that is full name. Now I am going to select the contact custom field as full name, which I have recently selected over the question. And now I am going to add one more field, which is case description. So let's type this over here. So I have entered the case description as my key, and now I'm going to select my contact custom field as case description. So let's search for that, and here you can see we are getting this contact custom field. So here we are done with the parameters. Now we simply have to click over this test button for testing our API request, and here you can see we are getting this pop-up that is API request successful. Now let's move on to our Pabbly Connect and check whether we are getting the response over there or not. So for that, let's move on to a Pabbly Connect, and here you can see we are getting the response, that is response A, with the fields such as full name and case description, which we have recently added to our API request. So here we are done with our trigger app. Now we simply have to add our action app. So what action we are going to perform? We are simply going to add the client details over the Google Sheet. So I will be selecting my action app as Google Sheet. So let's type Google Sheet over here, and here you can see we have got this Google Sheet. So let's select it, and after that I'm going to select my action event. So I will be selecting my action event as add new row, as I want to add my client details over the Google Sheet. Now for building the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect, we simply have to click over this connect for authorizing the application, and here we are landed to the connection page of Google Sheet. So if you want to build a new connection, you can simply click over this add new connection and sign up your Google account and connect with Google Sheet. But as I have already an existing connection, I will be using this, that is select existing connection, and here my connection has been already selected. Now we simply have to click over the save button for saving the connection, and here you can see we are getting some of the fields. Now we just have to map these fields. So you might be wondering what is this mapping? So mapping basically makes the field dynamic, means you don't have to enter the data again and again. The responses will be replaced as the new responses will be arrived. Now I'm going to select the spreadsheet I have recently created. So here you can see this is the spreadsheet I have created named as law firm records. Now I'm going to select this spreadsheet over the Pabbly Connect. So for that we simply have to refresh this, and after that I'm going to select my spreadsheet from here. So from here I am going to select this spreadsheet, that is law firm records. So I have selected my spreadsheet, and after selecting my spreadsheet, my sheet has been changed. Now we are getting two fields for mapping, that is client name and case description. So I am going to map these fields from the responses which I have received from the Pabbly Chatflow. So for that you simply have to perform the mapping from the responses. So I will be selecting this Pabbly Chatflow, and from this I am going to select my client name as full name. So I have mapped my client name, and now I am going to map my case description. So I will be selecting this case description over here. So here we have mapped our both field, that is client name and case description, which are the fields of our Google Sheet, that is client name and case description. So here we are done with our action setup also. Now we simply have to click over the save and send test request. So here you can see we are successfully receiving the response, and now let's move on to a Google Sheet, and here you can see we are getting the fields which we have recently created or added to our Pabbly Connect. Now let's move on to a Pabbly chat flow, and here you can see we are done with this API request. Now we simply have to click over the save for saving the responses, and now as our responses are saved, we just have to add our status fallback. So you might be wondering, what is the status fallback? So status fallback is the final message which we are going to send to our clients. So for that you simply have to drag and drop, and here I am going to select text plus button for entering the message. Now I am going to enter my final message or the status fallback over here for my clients. So here I have entered my final message which says, thank you, full name, your consultation has been scheduled with a legal expert. So now you might be wondering, what is this $full name? So full name is the contact custom field which we have recently selected over the question where we are asking for the full name of our clients. So now as soon as our client will be entering the full name will be replaced here, and in this way we are going to send personalized message to our customers. So here we are done with the status fallback or the final message. So here you can see this is the flow which we have recently created. Now we simply have to click over the save button for saving the responses or the flow. So here you can see flow is updated successfully, means we have successfully saved our flow. Now I am going to show you the real working of this automation again. So now let's test this automation again. So for that again you have to move to my WhatsApp with me. So now let's move on to my WhatsApp with me again. So here I have opened my WhatsApp, and now I am going to enter a message that is book lawyer, and I have already told you that this is the keyword I have entered, and I have already told you that this is the keyword I have entered. So now let's enter this message over here. Now let's wait for the response of our chatbot, and here you can see my chatbot is responding to me which says, hello, welcome to XYZ law firm. We assist you with legal consultation and case related guidance. Please select the legal service you need. So now let's select this first service, that is family law. Now let's wait for the response, and here my chatbot is asking for my full name. So now let's enter our full name as testing user over here. So as I'm entering the name, testing user. Now let's enter the name over here, and now let's wait for the response of our chatbot, and now it is asking me to enter the case description. So now let's provide the description of our case over here. So let's say I have been entering this case description, and as I have entered my case description, I am getting a message which says, great, please share your preferred date. So now let's enter our date over here. So here I am entering my date also, and here you can see I am getting a thank you message which says, thank you testing user, your consultation has been scheduled with a legal expert. And here you can see we are getting a personalized message which is providing the name which we have recently entered in our chatbot. So this is the way our chatbot works. So you can also create a chatbot like this for your business by just using Pabbly Chatflow. Now let's move on to the Google Sheet and check whether this response is saved over there or not. So now let's move on to my Google Sheet. So here you can see this is the Google Sheet I have created and added to the Pabbly Connect, and here you can see we are getting our client name testing user which we have recently provided, and the case description which we have recently entered in my WhatsApp. So this is the way our Pabbly Connect works and integrate different applications. So you can also use Pabbly Chatflow for creating chatbots and Pabbly Connect for integrating different applications. So start using Pabbly now, and stay tuned to our YouTube channel for learning more about Pabbly and creating many more amazing automations like this. Thank you for watching this video. So you can create many more chatbots like this by using Pabbly Chatflow. Now if you have any doubt, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can write it on forums.pabbly.com. But if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit the URL given over here. So start using Pabbly Chatflow for free now.